Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Baker Mayfield, Week 17, 5 touchdowns, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you dig these videos, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Baker Mayfield, the Bucks, have yourself a day, Week 17, right here. The number 3 tight end going down the middle of the field. Wide open. Love it. First and goal inside the 5. Love the rhythm, the bass, the tempo that Baker's playing with. Now, you have to acknowledge that the Fighting Ejuros struggling on the back end here. To me, this is just middle field open. All right, we got these 2 safeties. We're going to take our number 3 eligible, counting from the outside in, and run right down the middle of the field. That's it. Perfect. Now, what is this play is really just the bones of 2x2 all go. So here, and we're going to run the other seam from the backfield here. So a bit of a creative way to get to the Quarterback School logo here with the check down happening down here. So you've got the normal read for 2x2 all go, pick a side, inside out versus middle field open. And the crazy part about this is wide open, open. We got big chunks everywhere. We've got all sorts of issues defensively. We've got way too slow and stiff. We've got probably going rogue here, down here to the bottom. And we got guys doing their own thing. And you can tell with the output here, there's just way too much space for the Bucks to attack here. I mean, this is everybody gets a chunk. And it's a great job again, Baker. Just because they give you a layup, you still got to make it. Love the bass, love the rhythm. Puts it right on him with a precise strike, and it is first and goal inside the 5. Just outstanding. But you have to acknowledge the fact that they look like they've got issues defensively, just being able to understand who's who in the zoo. Next one here, the first of 5 touchdown passes. It's going to be a slant to Mike Evans. Now, I'm going to make the argument here that this is what I'm used to calling a Slade route. Now, this is my terminology, not their terminology. But it looks like Baker is setting to throw the fade. And so one of my favorite ways to do these classic kind of PROs, meaning pass run option. So the pass happens before the run, right? You got to make the determination. Do we like the matchup? Okay, with 13 out here versus anybody, I like the matchup. Now, Slade for me is a slant or a fade. But the thing is, as a quarterback, you kind of have to set for the fade and then adjust to the slant. And again, I'm just making the assumption that they're doing that based on how Baker looks like his shoulders are set to throw that fade, and then he readjusts flatter and throws that sharp ball. So again, you got to come out saying, I don't know what he's going to do. He takes the slant, I adjust, put it on him. And again, everything is good as long as offensive linemen don't go downfield here. This thing should be made to order. And again, I love the fact that they give them the freedom to do this. I think of these as very Aaron Rodgers-y touchdowns. That's no shade at Aaron. That's just a way to get manufactured touchdown passes. This is how you get to 5 touchdown passes. This is a run with a pass option. And again, watch Baker set to the fade. He wants to throw it up. No. On him. Hell yeah. Right on his face. Love the one-on-one. Love the freedom to be able to have multiple layers of this with the PRO. You can see the run here. If he were to hand it off, it probably scores 2. It's going to be a wedge and a collision. But that's a beautiful job. Big time hookup. Hell yeah. Next one here, 3rd and 6. We're going to hit the number 3 on the over the ball hook. Now, normally I think of these kind of hooks or pivot routes as great zone beaters. Versus this defense, I'm not even going to tell you that I know what they're playing because they look confused in the middle of the field. We got corners playing man. We've got Baker finding a soft spot in the zone, question mark. We got 98 looking not fast out there. And again, it's one of those things where, struggling defensively here. We are playing man coverage here. We're playing man coverage here. If I had to guess, I would say this is off outside leverage, man coverage here. No one's covering this guy man. So either someone's making a mistake or we're screwed up other places, but this can't happen. And again, you combine that with the middle field player slipping, falling, and we've got issues. And they void this thing when they pressure from the middle of the field, so there's even more space in the middle of the field. So it's one of those things where, man, it feels like it's like snowballing on us defensively. Again, the 2 and the 3 are wide open. How can Mike Evans be this open on 3rd and 6? But you can see at the bottom of the screen, that corner is playing man. He's inside leverage, almost like 0. Press man up top. Yeah, wide open over the middle of the field. That's too easy, man. That's way too easy to get another completion inside the 5, this time on 3rd down. And you can see it over the middle of the field. Whether they're running a little cross dog or whether, 57 has the back and just green dogs on, there's just way too much space. And the other part about this is, even if let's say 98 just blows a gasket here, he's the left edge, the guy who's standing with his right foot on the hash. He can't cover 82 man to man. We got no chance. Is the free safety covering him? Is it supposed to look like, is it 0? Whatever it is, it's bad ball. Next one here, another touchdown pass. This time up top, this time it's the fade. I would imagine it's probably the same thing as I just called, that Slade element, regardless. It ends up being a fade. The only guy who's pissed at this is my guy Bucky's got to be a little pissed. He can't get a touchdown. But again, if they're going to do one-on-one, and Ejiro is just going to cover his eyes and hope that this works, we've already won on the slant, right? So now we'll walk someone out. We'll have someone here, condense the split a little bit. Now we're just going to go to the fade, and we just big boy head top this cat. And again, they're, one-on-one out here, they seem to just say, hey, we're going to just make this work. And again, Baker does a nice job of just giving him a chance. Mike goes and high points that thing, big boys him. That's a hell of a catch. But again, you can see the run element. Everyone else is blocking run up front. One-on-one. It's not a secret how you get to 5 touchdown passes. I mean, even the security guard is fist pumping over there. We got the flag guys trying to jump. That's just too easy. We can't go out there defensively and just allow this matchup to keep happening. Next one here, 2nd and 27. This is an absolute disaster. First of all, Clowney jumps off sides, quits. Next one here, who knows what the weak curl defender's doing here? I have no idea what 32 is doing. 32 is losing his mind going to cover the check down. Baker does a great job ripping this thing. It's probably not a perfect throw, but on 2nd and 27, this is a monster play. So first thing here is, if you jump off sides, you cannot quit. You have to keep rushing the passer, make him blow it dead. And that's the first part of bad defense. The next part of bad defense here is we're going to go Tampa. Okay, so middle field open. We're going to run someone to the middle of the field. These players, which I'm going to call the curl defenders, are eyeballing the quarterback. They're supposed to be moving with the quarterback's eyes. So when we run just a traditional cross across here, this cross should be covered by this player right here. There is no world that I'm familiar with where that defender is going to go cover a check down when we have a corner in the flat. This can't happen. This is just bad. That creates way too much space for us then to be able to come in here and run through here, because you've got the Mike running out, you've got the safety over the top, and when this guy decides to void his zone, we don't have a chance to play defense. And we're only rushing 3 because the defensive pass rusher decides to jump off sides and stop. So yeah, it's great offense to be able to take advantage of it, but this is horrendous defense. I mean, that's bad, man. What is that? What is 32 doing? So when you have 2 guys essentially blow a gasket defensively, you're lucky it's not worse than that. And it's 2nd and 27. They should be punting the next play. They should be punting for sure on 4th down. Instead, we get no pass rush, wide open, and we're really lucky, if you're the Panthers, that the ball is behind us and this isn't a bigger play. So they're not on the same page as far as being able to settle down in that zone. because the zone's so damn big because it's been voided by 32. Next one here. This is a shame for the Bucks because Mike Evans runs a hell of a route down here to the bottom. Baker looks like he tries to back shoulder him, and Mike just doesn't see it. You can see him kind of say, my bad here at the end. It's one of those ones where probably a better throw makes this thing easier. Again, I think the thing that's bizarre is when you see it, it's one of those things where things are going so good for the Bucks right now that you're kind of surprised that you don't hit it because this is a hell of a route. So we're up, we're through the post, we're doing like a little stutter. And when we do that little stutter, the corner continues on and takes the post. So it creates this kind of void for us out here. Baker sees and throws the space. Mike probably thinks he's getting the ball down the field and we just can't catch the back shoulder. I think the thing that's bizarre here, again, this is just like a flag or corner up top. This is open again. Like we've got issues coverage-wise up here. It looks like they're playing man over here. I can't tell you what the hell they're playing down here. Is it closed zone? Who knows what the corner's doing? We've got guys blowing gaskets everywhere, but they get a little, unlucky here that this isn't another big chunk for the Bucks because this is there. We're scheming people open and we've got guys running open. So first, watch up top. The number 2 on the corner. I mean, what? That's a big play mailbox touchdown. Right now down here to the bottom, what is the corner doing? He's following the tight end. We've got a post safety. That can't be what we want from the corner. And again, Baker throws this thing nice and early. You can see him kind of pump, shrug this hook, and then the ball is out. So he goes to throw it right there. And again, when you play with this kind of anticipation, you're going to have misses sometimes. But this guy probably just blowing a gasket, creating all sorts of space here. And we just put the ball maybe a little too behind us, and we're just not on the same page more than anything else. But this is there again. This should have been an even bigger play. Should have been an even bigger day. And you're almost surprised that they don't hook it up, even if it's not perfect. You almost expect Mike Evans to be like, oh yeah, I'll just Superman catch this thing for us one-handed. And he almost does. But again, look at the space. No one around us for 5 yards. Dang. Next one here, another touchdown pass. This time we're going to fake the screen down here to the bottom. We're trying to work the Bluff seam and Bluff go at the bottom. They're not there. That opens up the backside Bluff post. And again, there's just way too much space. Now, I'm never a huge fan of playing any iteration of post safety down here in the red zone, just for this reason. But you can see here, the reason that this post is so open is because the middle field safety is taking the seam away and really has to. So again, what's going on here is at the snap, we are faking this little perimeter screen. So down here to the bottom, we're going to run a bluff. So they're going to run like they're going to block, and then he's into the seam, into the go. And that's where the ball's trying to go originally. So when that's not there, then up top, we've got this, he's going to fake block and run to the post. So because this isn't there, and you could make the argument that maybe Baker could rip this, it's not there because this middle field safety is pushing over the top. So we've got guys pushing this way because we're fake screening it this way. So when this middle field safety, clean this up, when the middle field safety gets out of there to take that bluff seam away here, that then is going to create the massive void for that bluff post up top. And it's a very nice job from Baker going probably 1 to 2 to 3. And again, you cannot deny the fact that we are scheming people wide ass open. Whoop. No. Yes. It's right. Like that's way too easy. That's way too easy for like a, high school 7-on-7 situation. But you can see the middle field player, watch the middle field player, 25, is taking that seam away. And really we've got 2 guys taking the seam away. And they just look like they're confused on the back end. But Baker's doing a great job of operating the offense, taking what's there, getting through the read, not forcing it. And again, I mean, there's barely anyone within 5 yards of him. But watch Baker's process here as he goes, pump, no, yes. Beautiful. Next one here, this is a big play action. I'm going to call this a dagger to Mike Evans. He's the new number 1 down here to the bottom. How they get there is a little unique. But this can't be what the Panthers want to be doing defensively. Again, I love the fact that there are ways to scheme up the ball to a true wide receiver one, a guy who's a dominant guy, had a great run for a long time. That's way too much space, especially when you're closing half the field. And I feel like NFL teams are getting better and better at these 1x3 nub combinations, but defenses will soon react. But the idea being that if this nub stays in, that tight end stays in, we've closed half the field. So theoretically, you would want to push the coverage all this way, right? Because half the field is not going to be threatened. We're going to run what I'm used to calling like a clear or a cross with that deep dagger behind it. And then it's with that all the way outside. And the thing to really pay attention to here is not only the space in the middle of the field, off play action with no release and half the field closed, it's that the Panthers defenders are essentially in like a totem pole because they've been distorted by the play action. This is what play action does. So you've got this Ejero totem pole in the middle of the field, and you've got one of the best receivers in the NFL running wide ass open right behind you. And again, it's just a great illustration, evidence of what play action can do to distort a coverage. So up, and Baker's ripping this thing through that totem pole here with anticipation, right? That's three defenders all covering the same lane as Baker's throwing this with anticipation into this deep hole, trusting 15 to get through here and clear this out. So again, it's a combination of distorted coverage, good scheme, better personnel, and Baker ripping this thing. That's a nice throw. It's a hell of a throw. Now, it might not be my favorite base at the top of this thing when he brings his feet together to kind of crow hop into this thing right there. But it doesn't matter when you're ripping this thing down the field like this. It's a hell of a throw. It's a big time concept, play action, connection. And again, it just continues to show how, not only are the Bucks playing at a really high clip, but I mean, look at those three defenders all in the same lane. Come on, y'all. Give the Panthers a chance. Next one here, 3rd and 5, another touchdown pass. This time we're going to hit the inline tight end up top on a corner. That's hot. Now again, I don't know what the hell's going on defensively, but I love Baker's poise here. Now, theoretically, it should not be this easy. Okay, we're able to play hot, take a hitch, throw it to a wide-ass open corner. It just can't happen. It just absolutely cannot happen on any level. So what ends up being the concept here is just an iteration of spot or snag here. There's something in the flat. This is open for a touchdown. That's open for a touchdown. In addition, 98, poor 98, man. He does not look fast on film at all. He's running unblocked, hot at the quarterback. Does not hit the quarterback, does not impact the play. We're able to take our drop, hitch, and we could throw it here for a touchdown. We could throw it here for a touchdown. Now, again, I don't know what they're trying to play. Some iteration of red 2. If they're playing cover 2 here, you would think this guy would push over. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I even have an idea of what this is supposed to be. I am going to tell you that, again, we've got multiple people wide open for a touchdown. Again, for me, this is a touchdown. This is obviously a touchdown. This guy was unblocked. Doesn't even hit the quarterback. So again, just way too much space. A great day for the Bucks. Offensively, Baker, 5 touchdowns. Love to see it. But that is too easy. We are rolling. So watch that hot to the left. Free runner. I mean, no real threat. Pretty wild. Baker's got all the answers. We've got multiple options. Hitch on him. Hell yes. Last touchdown pass here, 3rd and 2. We're going to hit the shallow up top. Short motion. Coming across. The Panthers can't sort out the coverage. Got someone essentially wide ass open again. Got multiple guys slipping and falling like they didn't know what kind of surface they were playing on. And this, again, is just too easy. Now, no excuse here. This is have yourself a 5 touchdown day. Multiple wide open throws and some PROs. Love it. So again, all this ends up being is here comes that shallow. The guy who probably has him or needs to run with him slips and falls. The guy who's going to come up and make the tackle slips and falls. Again, They're blitzing from the heavens, never going to get home and impact the play. We're wide open here. I will say at least they're trying to tilt the coverage to not allow this guy to have like a career day. But man, this is just continues to be too easy. Baker and company making it happen. Wide open, just a simple shallow slip. Again, look at all the guys slipping and falling. 41. Whoop. 2. Whoop. Walk in. Have yourself a day. Let's go. I love it. From behind here, you can almost see Baker's almost surprised how open he is. But I mean, everybody's blocked up. It's excellent pass protection. Great job by the back, seeing the DB. Whoop. On him. First down, touchdown. So that is a wrap. Baker Mayfield, week 17, 5 touchdown passes. Now, I loved how they got there. I love what they're doing scheme-wise, throwing the ball. You like the matchup with Mike Evans at the goal line. They're going to have a one-on-one, let it rip all day, every day with those PROs. You combine that with the Panthers struggling defensively on the back end to be able to identify and get their guys in a position to cover, and you've got some walk-in opportunities. I thought Baker looked super smooth, in control, in rhythm, great tempo, being super decisive, and being able to get through reads. And you combine all those things together, that's how you get to a 5 touchdown day. Awesome to watch. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.